counter at home. It's a pain to get up, right? You gotta keep wiping with paper towels. It's the same thing with paint, because now you can do really thin layers of oil with the pigment in it. That's called a glaze. And the more glazes you put on top, when the light goes through, that's how you're able to get that diffused effect of shadow. That's soft. This is referred to as chiaroscuro that is going on here. Now, the other thing is, notice how pale he's made her. That's a compositional choice. Light colors, warm colors in the color spectrum project. Cool, dark colors recede. So notice how he makes her so pale, but puts her against a dark background. That is a botanically accurate representation of a juniper bush. And here he's doing a pun, because juniper in Italian is Ginevra, and her name is Ginevra. So he's doing a little pun. We also have over her left shoulder to our right, as we look at it, is a fictitious background. Notice that blue haze? Leonardo's impressing us once again. He knows single point perspective. This is 1474. That's been around for almost 50 years at this point. What he's showing us is he observes the world he lives in. And he's noted that when you stand, and on a hot, humid day, and we have one in DC, because of the water content in the air, things go hazy. So he's understanding the world, observing the world around him. Right? Any questions or comments? This is actually a double, yes?
Oh, I was going to ask you, can you talk about the back?
This is a double-sided portrait. This is on wood. This is referred to the adorns. This is a very large group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what you're going to see on the back, and then you can go take a look. When you get to the back, it is another portrait of Ginevra. However, the way it is it's a symbolic portrait. In the center, you will find a juniper sprig. On the left is a laurel branch. On the right is a palm frond. Both of those are symbols of great moral and intellectual virtue. If you're a young woman in the 1470s, you do not have much of a career path. So you play up your beauty and your virtue. She was known as a beauty of the day, and it says beauty adorns virtue in Latin on the scroll. So, go different. And they could chunk paintings, and they could chunk the back of the Leonardo. The curators deem it historically significant. Did you happen to notice as you went through that the paint did not go all the way down to the bottom? At the bottom, there's sort of a jagged edge. The conservators have been able to determine that this wood panel has suffered water damage, and as such, it's been cut down. So what happened is that they're like, okay, what made it look like to begin with? They found this drawing in Queen Elizabeth's collection of Leonardo drawings at Windsor Castle, dated 1474, which is the same year that this painting is done. So the thinking is that maybe he was going to include hands. So through the power of Photoshop, maybe she would have looked like this. By making her look like this, we're now much closer in proportion and scale to the other portraits of women that Leonardo has done. He paints the woman holding an ermine in Krakow, Poland. He paints La Bella Fiorne, which is in the Louvre in Paris, France. And then, of course, the Mona Lisa. And notice the similarities to the Mona Lisa. The background as well as the hands. So we don't know 100% for sure, but this is even what our curator of Italian Renaissance, David Allen Brown, endorses. Any questions or comments on the Leonardo?